Yo, this is So Drum 86 bringing you another video. So we all know about the whole ban on what's the status, and that is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to try to keep this short, sweet, to the point. I'm not going to try to be too long. I just want to get some points across real quick. And this is directed specifically at the 2K devs. Now, I know my channel is a very, very small channel. Very, very small channel, especially when it comes to 2K stuff. But I got to get this off my chest. 2K devs, if you want to not worry so much, and look, we all don't really know what the ban was for, whether it was using the hidden models, stuff that's probably in my faction, whatever. If you want to kind of get away from that as much as possible, then update your game. This was something that I have said a while ago when I first started making videos about 2K, when I first started doing voiceover. I said that WWE 2K needs to update their game the same way that NBA 2K does. I'm always met with a little bit of pushback. Some people saying, like, not necessarily going at me, but saying some of the reasons why. I'm not here to give 2K any excuses anymore. Excuses are done. They've been making this game since 2015, 2014. Excuses are done. If you want to show that you care about the community, about the people that play this game, then update it. Update the game. Here's what I mean. Not only do they need to fix bugs and stuff like that, like with universe mode, little glitchy things that are happening with the game currently, not only do they need to fix that stuff, because it's been taking them a long time to do that. I have always asked, when a wrestler changes their ring gear or if they change their gimmick, why can't we get that update in the game? Why can't we get that update in the game? In NBA 2K, if a team gets a new court, if they get a new jersey midway through in the season, when the city jerseys come out, what happens? 2K updates them, because when you first buy NBA 2K for the past however many years, since the NBA started doing the city jerseys thing, they don't have those jerseys yet in the game initially, because they don't know what they're going to look like. But as soon as they debut, a couple weeks later, there's an update, and NBA 2K will update those new city jerseys and courts to go with them. NBA 2K is also known for updating player likenesses. If players lose weight, if they gain weight, if they grow a beard, if they shave, if they get dreads, if they grow a fro, if they cut their hair. NBA 2K is known for doing this. Do you know how many players are in the NBA that they have to look at on pretty much a weekly basis to see which players are changing their looks? Is a player now wearing a headband? Is a player now wearing an arm sleeve? Is he wearing a knee brace of some sort? And it gets updated. And it gets updated every single time. It might take a couple weeks sometimes, but it gets updated every single time. For years, anybody who's been playing wrestling games as long as I've been playing wrestling games knows wrestling games always come out and they're outdated, right? But in this day and age, with the technology that we have, with the ability for devs to go in and fix games from where they're at and send updates, there's no reason why we should have to go to Community Creations to get the new Raw and SmackDown arena. There's no excuse for it. Absolutely no excuse for it. Now, again, what's the status? Was updating wrestlers' looks. He had the new Rhea Ripley with the long hair, the little paint around her eyes that she had at WrestleMania. Had different versions of The Rock. Had the new Rock with the tattoo on his arm on the opposite side, where the Brahma Bull tattoo was. Well, it still is, but kind of covered up now with all the other tattoos that he has. He updated The Rock's new look. 2K didn't bother to do that. Now, again, I know that we can go in and we can edit and update wrestlers because sometimes all it is a color change, which is fine. Sometimes all it is a simple color change. Certain wrestlers just change the color and that's it. But for the more intricate, detailed ones where they might be wearing something a little bit different entirely, I feel like 2K should be updating that for us, at least for a little bit throughout the life cycle of the game. It doesn't have to be every single time. It doesn't have to be every single time, but just something significant. Like if there's a significant change in what a wrestler looks like, what they're wearing, update it. Update it. I understand that they got My Faction and they want to do models through that and whatever. Like, that's fine. But I feel like you can still update the game. For example, we should have Seth Rollins, both his ring gears from night 1 to night 2 of WrestleMania. There's no excuse why 2K can't update those looks for us. Because chances are those won't be the looks for the next 2K game. So if I'm not mistaken, 2K takes the scans of everybody around like Royal Rumble. So it's usually around, because I want to say Seth Rollins is wearing in this game what he wore at Royal Rumble. Like you can always tell like when they took the scans of the wrestlers because it's at a specific pay-per-view. It's never at WrestleMania. So 2K can easily update and get Seth Rollins' new gear in there for us. Cody Rhodes' new gear should be in the game. Well, the gear that he wore is not necessarily new, but the color scheme and how everything looked at WrestleMania. That should be updated in the game. Just little stuff like that. Little stuff like that. But they don't do it. We have to go to community creations all the time. Community creations is great, and community creations is what keeps 2K alive. When the hype dies down, that's what keeps 2K alive. When I tell you guys I'm having fun with the game, it's because of community creations. You see the videos that I upload. I'm uploading videos of 80s wrestlers, 90s wrestlers, Attitude Era. That stuff isn't originally in the game because 2K is too lazy. They have the models and they have the templates in the game for all of these different arenas. Why not just put them in the game for us so you can lighten the load and maybe have some of the creators not have to create all of these different arenas. Maybe they only have to create some of them. Why do we never have the Raw's War Arena in these games anymore? Like from 1998, 1999, why don't we have that Raw is War Arena? Why don't we have the Raw Arena from 2000? Why? Why take them out? If the game allows you to have a bunch of different arenas, because I got a lot of arenas uploaded from community creations, plus the ones that are already given to you in the game. So if that's not an issue, like what is going on? I mean, seriously, what is going on? I sound fired up because I am a little bit. I got to be honest, I am a little bit, because this is one of those things where it's like I think back at Fight Forever, and I'm like, you know what, Fight Forever, you missed your opportunity. And now it's up to Wrestling Code and Ultra Pro Wrestling to really kind of scare 2K right now. To really kind of scare them, man, because you got 2 games coming out. One game, you can almost argue that graphically it might look better than 2K. That King Kong Bundy little trailer, and then the Scott Steiner one that they showed, the graphics are kind of better than 2K. So far, I mean, you can say they're about a tie, but so far, you can say that it's a little bit better than 2K. But at the end of the day, 2K has really got to start updating their game. They got to start updating their game. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. They just got to start updating this game. If they want to start acting like this, because what this does is you have people who support What's the Status. I have creations from What's the Status. I support What's the Status. Every year since I've been downloading from Community Creations, I get stuff from him. What's to say this doesn't keep, what if it keeps other content creators from uploading as much? Right? What if it keeps them from uploading as much? What's to say 2K doesn't start cracking down even more on mods and all of this stuff? I mean, look, 2K's got to understand that Community Creations is what keeps this game alive. It keeps this game alive. My Rise doesn't. Universe mode for damn sure doesn't. None of the game modes that are in this game other than Community Creations keep this game alive. I think this year, more than any year in the past, people have been so pissed off about Universe mode. It's like people are sick of it. People are sick of them not updating that game mode. They are sick of it. They're sick of it. I've seen so much hatred and just frustration and just people being annoyed with how Universe mode is this year. The glitches, it's still broken. No real substantial updates, just little tiny updates here and there. And that, alongside Community Creations, Universe mode typically is the driving force of WWE 2K. And I said I was gonna make this video short. At this point, I'm just going, because I knew that this was gonna happen. But 2K's got to understand this, man. They've got to. They got to know that that's what keeps this game alive, because they don't update the game enough. Again, we should not have to go to Community Creations to get the new Raw SmackDown arena. We shouldn't have to go to Community Creations to get Rhea Ripley's new look. Her face scan's already there. All you got to do is change her hair. And then make her wear what she was wearing at WrestleMania 40 and give her the paint on the eyes. That don't take much. That it's not like you got to go in and redo an entire model or you don't have to do all of that. You really don't. Some changes I get might be a little too much. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But I know updating a likeness, you know what I mean? Like that shouldn't be difficult to do. Updating wrestlers' ring attires shouldn't be difficult to do. It's a ring attire. Come on now. Like, let's get serious on this, man. I'm sorry. I cannot give them a pass. I can't give them the excuse. Even if I wanted to, I can't give them the excuse, because I've seen what games are capable of now. I've seen what devs are capable of doing. You don't have to wait until next year to get certain things. If they were able to build the NXT 2.0 arena and put that into the game with a free update, mind you, it just came with one of the patches. In 2K22, I believe, is when it was. They did that fine. They did that fine. I don't know. I don't know. It's just 2K's playing a dangerous game. When you start messing with Community Creations and their creators, you're playing a dangerous game. What if for the people who create AEW stuff, right? Like I've showcased Jenna on this channel. They'll probably be fine with the WCW stuff, because WWE, they bought WCW. You know what I mean? So they'll be cool with the WCW uploads. But what if it bothers them a bit that you can turn this game into an AEW game? What if it bothers them a bit? What if it bothers them a bit that you can have wrestlers from AEW look like they're in this game by default? I have some AEW downloads from Community Creations, and they look phenomenal. I have arenas from Jenna, and she's not the only one that does the arenas from AEW. It's a bunch of people, but she's one of the best. I mean, literally, if you want to download anything that pertains to AEW arena wise, definitely go to her. What if 2K decided, man, we had an issue with this, and then they start putting, those when it says like damaged, downloadable part or whatever. What if they don't let you put the TNT or TBS logo anywhere because WWE is not on TBS or TNT? What if they start flagging anything that says AEW on it? These are the kind of things that people are thinking about. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing these things out there because this is the type of stuff that people are thinking about. Community creations is this game's lifeblood. Without it, this game is dead in like a month, tops. This game is dead in a month, tops. Just want to make myself clear. All of the videos where I say I'm still having fun with the game, yeah, I am. Because the community creations. Whether I'm playing with an updated version of a wrestler that's wrestling now, or I'm playing with the old school wrestlers that you see me upload on a weekly basis. That's what keeps this game alive for me. Because God forbid, they're never gonna put Road to WrestleMania back. They're never gonna give us a season mode, which would be light years better than my rise. Light years better than my rise. I don't mean to sound so upset, right? You know what I mean? Like it's not that big of a deal to be upset about, but I am annoyed. I'm annoyed with this because you start to kind of tread some slippery slopes with this, because it's like, okay, you ban, what's the status? Somebody that was doing some really cool updates and to player models and giving us player models that aren't in the game and doing all this other. I mean, he gave us Kane 98 and 97, which 2K never seems to do. He gave us Roman Reigns with the man bun. Like 2K can't do these things. That's the thing that just, it boggles my mind. Like 2K can't do this? Sure they can. They just choose not to. Every year, they work on every single mode of this game for about a year, however long it takes for them to get the game out. And then when you see what they've done, it's like they've barely done anything. Universe mode never looks like it's touched. It's just little small updates. It never looks like there's anything really ever done with it. But instead, they want to push my faction. My GM probably got the most updates out of anything this year. And I don't play my GM. Not everybody is a my GM player. Not everybody's a my GM player. But let me show you what some of this stuff looks like, man. Hold on. I'm about to show you what some of this AEW stuff looks like. Let's go to my MJF. Like, look at that. Like, that is crazy. And Adam Cole. We're about to watch this. I mean, look at these models. AEW game right here. It's like a brand new AEW game. This is all through community creations. This is what keeps this game alive. People doing this. People doing stuff like this is what keeps this game alive. So if 2K wants to avoid stuff like this, update the game so you don't have to worry about people finding hidden characters or updating player models like how they updated The Rock. 2K could have easily updated The Rock's tattoo. Just little stuff like that. What's the status was giving us little stuff like that, because this is going to be a shocker to 2K. This is going to be a shocker to 2K devs. A lot of gamers, including myself, we do like to have things up to date. We do like to have things up to date. I've always been like that since I was a kid. Whenever I play any kind of sports related game, Madden, 2K, whatever, I like for it to be updated as possible. Like, I get so like crazy about it. I don't know. I get frustrated. Like, I would play back when I would play NBA 2K, for example. I would the teams that like it was before basketball games started doing those live updates, because before you kind of had to stick with whatever the roster was, and the roster even in basketball games would be wrong because especially in the NBA, trades happen all the time. So by the time that the NBA season starts and the video game comes out, your video game, even in basketball games, would be outdated because there would be like a last minute trade. And it's like, oh, that sucks. But then they started updating the game constantly. So now when you play games, like, because 2K comes out like a month now before the actual NBA season starts, almost like 2 months before the actual NBA season starts. So the rosters aren't accurate. But when the season is getting ready to start, like the day the season starts, you'll get an update and you'll have the updated roster with all of the different rookies that should be there. Any trades that happen last minute should be there. And I used to love that because then I wouldn't have to worry about my roster being outdated, because whoever I played with, I wanted that starting lineup to look exactly what the starting lineup looked like in real life. And people are just like that with their wrestling games, 2K. People are just like that. So when you see Seth Rollins change his gear and he's wearing something different for a few weeks, trust and believe that people want that. They don't want to always have to search community creations for the updated looks. Because a lot of the times it takes more than just a simple color change for a lot of these wrestlers. Like Seth Rollins, for example. It's not as simple as just changing the color. He literally has different patterns that he will wear on his tights. His wrestling tights are never the same. I'm not asking 2K to update every single time a wrestler changes one little thing about their gear. But what I am saying is, hey, for those big kind of pay-per-views or whatever that happen and they're wearing something different after the pay-per-view, update the game and have that different look there. Why not? Why not? Why not before all of that, when the game initially starts, everybody should have multiple different ring attires? Why do we always just have to have one ring attire? Why? It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But yet you have people that make excuses of why they don't do it. But they're not updating the game, so what's the excuse for that? There's still issues with this game gameplay-wise. There's issues in game modes. But they banned somebody who was actually doing some pretty good work and giving people what they wanted. Because people like playing with updated roster. People like playing with Kane from 1998 and 1997. People like playing with that Kane. People have been begging 2K, hey, put that Kane in the game. But they don't listen. 2K doesn't listen. So listen, Virtual Basement, I think that's the guys that's making Wrestling Code. Don't do what 2K does, man. Learn from this. Ultra Pro Wrestling, you guys seem to be good over there. What they want to do with their wrestling game is very ambitious. This isn't a video right now that I'm making where I'm saying, you know what, F2K. This isn't that type of video. I'm still going to upload 2K gameplay because I still like playing the game. But I'm just sharing my frustration. I'm just sharing my frustration because this could, make no mistake that this could get to a point where we all are like, wow, they did this to community creations. And whatever this is, could be something that's really, really bad for all of us. For all of us. That's the reality. And it's because of, I feel like the main culprit is because of my faction. That is the reality. And we have to be willing to accept that reality. The way 2K operates is only going to get them so far with fans, even the most diehard fans of this game, of this franchise. It's only going to, I always say, and I said this in a video before, you can only disrespect customers so much until they completely walk away. You can only do that for so long. You get a little bit of grace, but then eventually it starts to bite you in the butt. Listen, NBA 2K is not even really doing that great now. Yeah, the sales are there because it's the only NBA game, but I have seen online on YouTube, Reddit, people all year pretty much since the release of NBA 2K24, they have been tearing that game to shreds. I've seen people have videos. Now, I don't know who all have walked away from it, but I've seen people make videos titled like, content creators or, big people that would play NBA 2K. They're walking away now. And this is the first year where I've really heard that, of people walking away from 2K. Now, it's still not going to hurt because they're still going to continue to make the sales because they're the only NBA game out there. But again, it goes to show you can only disrespect the fans for so long. You can only disrespect the fans for so long, man. So it's like, look, 2K, be careful, because we don't know what Wrestling Code has in store for us. They haven't really talked about many of the modes, anything like that. But man, trust and believe, if their creation suite is good and they have some pretty fun game modes, because I do know that they have a career mode. And then Ultra Pro Wrestling, what that game is trying to do, that Ultra Pro Wrestling right now is chef's kiss. It's a perfect wrestling game without it even being available yet. It's the perfect wrestling game without it being available. Again, we all have to play it and see how it turns out. But right now, it sounds like the perfect wrestling game. But I'm done, man. I know I said I wasn't gonna make this video long, and it ended up being long. This video's long. It's probably like 20 minutes right now or past that. But I had a lot to get off my chest, man. And if you guys are still listening throughout this whole thing, man, thank you. I appreciate you. And again, this isn't me saying like, oh, I'm done with 2K. I'm blah, blah, blah. No, I'm still gonna be playing this game because, again, the community creations right now is keeping me playing this game. The future DLC of this game, because I do have the season pass, that is what's going to keep me playing this game. I want to play with CM Punk. I want to use Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South. I want to use Honky Tonk Man. I want to use Mr. Perfect again and all of that stuff. I want to use these characters. So I'm excited for these characters to come into this game so I can use them. But 2K devs, be careful. Be careful, because, hey, I hate to tell you this, your game is not that dope. It's just not. There's certain things that keep this game afloat. But it's not the bee's knees, my brothers. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Your game is not like, it's not the cream of the crop. It's really not. So please don't act like it is. Please don't act like it is. And please stop disrespecting the fan base and update your game. Update the arenas when they're new, especially the Raw and the SmackDown arena. I understand not doing maybe every pay-per-view. Be nice, but because, you might have to change a whole new layout and stuff like that. But for the Raw and SmackDown, those aren't that, they didn't change that much. The game comes out before WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, update get everybody's WrestleMania attires in the game. Doesn't have to be something that you continuously do, but show some ways that you care and support the game. Support the game outside of the DLC and then the patches that come with the DLC. Outside of that, do some fixes when we have issues with certain things. Do some fixes. Because it's been a while and there's still a lot that needs fixed with this game. I'm just saying. Just saying. But it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what you feel in the comments. I'm done talking about this. I'm going to go about my day. I'm going to still be uploading. Look out for more videos to come. Like I said, in my last video, I believe it was my last video, I still got a lot of stuff to upload. I will be playing Stellar Blade, not on this channel, but I will, just because I'm playing a new game doesn't mean that the 2K stuff is going to stop. I got a lot of stuff to upload, a lot, even some action figure videos. I have a lot of stuff to upload. So with that being said, man, this is your boy Soul Drum 86. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Did I get too hype in this video? I got a little animated. I'm sorry, man. I'm calm now. I'm calm. But this is your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.